A lot of people are asking about the trends in online qual. Here's my take on the top 5. One that's on everybody's mind is artificial intelligence, or AI. AI is being applied in lots of different ways to market research, a lot on the quant side, but it's also moved over to the emotion-based measurement tools on the qual side. So we're using it in a few different ways. One of the ways we're using it is for machine learning or automated transcripts, from our video submissions. Another way we're using it as well is in our translation. So when people actually are doing studies in China, people here in the US can actually look at these studies and see the responses translated in real time, to English. So it has lots of applications there. I think there's going to be more movement towards the emotion-based reading, which there is quite a bit of right now. I think also you got to remember qual is human, and there is usually small sample sizes, 30, 40, 50 people. So the human touch and the human analytic skills that the actual human brain can do is still very valuable, and I don't think is met or surpassed yet by AI, but that could happen in the future. Another thing that I'm being asked about quite a bit is blockchain. We're hearing all about blockchain in the media, and it's a big buzz in the technology field. Where it applies in online qual right now is kind of TBD. But where I am seeing it kind of come into play is in security measures, data privacy, sample PII obfuscation. So we're seeing it being used to kind of create bigger security layers of personal information of respondents. So that's kind of the first foray into the blockchain application to online research in general. Where it goes in the world of online qual, we're certainly going to investigate it and see where the possibilities exist. Video is another area that people ask where it's going to evolve to. It's obviously not new. It is growing exponentially. Again, smartphones being in everybody's hands and pockets around the world has made access to video incredibly easy for all of us. Storage space is cheaper, transmission speeds are higher, so you're going to see it come into play more and more as people do customer experience studies that are longitudinal, as it's done for store trips, pantry trips, answering open-ended questions. And some of that also will be done with the idea that some of this data can be processed electronically or through AI. So you're going to see more and more of that come into play. Be ready to use it, but also remember there's a lot of data to get through once you produce a ton of video. The new trends in the use of social tools really are focused primarily around innovation. There's tons of innovation projects going on in corporations around the world. And what's happening now is we're using groups of people, small teams and even broader teams, to develop ideas together. Some independently, then shared, then ideated upon, then iterated, and then finally coming up with a group consensus on new ideas. These are often involve both corporate and brand employees in the process as they evolve and iterate. And a lot of these ideas are finding rapid development and getting to the market at a pace much quicker than we've ever seen before. And the use of social in that regard has helped speed up the process, get more input from more people to create better ideas at a quicker pace. Another emerging trend or methodology that's getting a lot of noise these days is all around neuroscience and biometrics. Those are two very interesting and engaging emotional analysis tools that are being deployed and employed by lots of corporations these days. I'm not sure how sticky they will be. I don't personally look at all of the results and reviews of the analytics themselves, but truly they are of great interest to buyers out there of market research, and they'll continue to grow until it either evolves into something that is a mainstay forever or perhaps is just another short-term fad. Customer experience is becoming a big trend in online qualitative research. Corporations and brands are looking to understand the buyer experience from the very beginning of the thought process all the way through product consumption and then eventually another purchase. So what we're finding is that companies are trying to figure out how many people are in these customer experience studies, how long do they go, how do they run most effectively. And what we're seeing is a trend towards 6 to 12 month studies And honestly, if they fit within a 6-month time frame, they could be much more engaging and much more easy to manage, leading to more succinct inputs from respondents that allow for us to analyze the data in a quicker fashion and also keep people engaged on a more frequent basis. When you go to 12 months, it tends to get a little bit more difficult to manage. You tend to get more respondent fall off, and therefore you have some incomplete data and you've got a little bit of waste there from a respondent recruitment standpoint. Understanding the customer journey is nothing new to us. We've been doing it for a long time. What is truly exciting is how online qual is being applied to the customer experience initiatives. The real trend is technology. It's amazing what's happened in the last 10 years relative to market research and specifically online qual. There's constantly new ideas coming in and out from around different spaces that are being brought into our industry, being applied to new methods, new techniques, new approaches to understanding the human experience. So we're going to continue to see that happen. We all need to stay on top of this stuff, take every idea seriously that comes across the plate and see how it might apply or not apply, but at least we all need to innovate, experiment, expand our minds, try new things, and see what sticks.